Welcome back to a new video, guys. I'm feeding calves, and this morning I was sitting in my kitchen and I could hear the wind howling, and I looked at my phone and it said that it felt like +1 outside with the wind chill. I can confirm I was a little overzealous with putting on the toque, but this is what we're working with this morning. So just getting all of the milk from the pasteurizer into the milk taxi, and a couple of pails here because the milk taxi no longer holds enough milk, so we put it in a pail. I'm out here. There's Lady. There's the goats. I just wanted to say up front that some people expressed some concerns in my last video about her being by herself. She is not by herself. She can see the goats through the fence. I just don't want a horse in with my goats because I have small goats in there, and if she steps on one of them, it's game over. So that's why she's in here by herself. I have two other horses, obviously, Juliet and Freya. They are at a different spot on the ranch here. And she, right now, has to go through quarantine, so that's why she's by herself. It is the job of a responsible owner to provide adequate housing and safety for all of their animals, and doing quarantine is a part of that. So she's not really alone. She's safe here next to the goats. So she's having a grand old time. Right now I'm feeding calves, and I'm gonna get all of the supplies cleaned up, and then I'm gonna start getting this room prepped for weaning. So when we wean calves, we clean out the gutters and maybe bed them up a little bit, because some of them could use a little bit of bedding. And then just kind of clean it up in here and make it easier for when we feed them water. Because if those gutters are filled with shavings, it makes it so that the water can't go anywhere, but it also makes it so that the shavings go in and plug up the pump that we have over here to pump the water away. So kind of just better to preemptive strike that and get it out of there. So I bedded up the ones that kind of needed it the most. They're looking pretty sketched out. A lot of them that get born during the summertime don't get bedded up as often because the air in here is very nice and dry and hot, so it dries everything out really quickly. And then as we get into the colder months, we start to bed them up more frequently because the moisture content in the room is typically pretty high, so the bedding doesn't dry out as quickly. So these guys are not really used to being bedded up as often as they would be if they were born in like December or January or something like that. So they get really freaked out, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. We bed them as necessary, and that's kind of just how it goes for these guys. So Tom got a little bit away from me during milking, but in the meantime, here's a little clip of an update of Pumpkin from a few days ago. A major Pumpkin update, and as you can see, she is not in the barn, she's in the corral. So she has officially been dried off for when she has to calve in December. I think her official due date is something like December 10th. So she is AI bred to a bull called Lint. She's being a little bit sassy. No, I'm not a scratching post. Be nice. So she is AI'd with conventional semen. So I think she's gonna have a boy because she's been a lot more sassy than normal. Girl, you're gonna take out a knee like that. You stinker. So I feel like you've got a boy in there. What do you think? If you have a girl though, it's gonna be named Poinsettia. So, and it would stand to reason that because I already have a name picked out, if it's a heifer, it's probably gonna be a bull. Watch, she's gonna like try and follow me and play. It always freaks me out when they come running after like that. You are a stinker. You are a spoiled little stink. Don't be sketchy now. Jeez. And now, I want to look at the cheese building. Pretty sure we already got to take our shoes off for this. Oh, there's cardboard, so maybe not. So yeah, they painted all of the footings, I guess. It's probably something very food safe and non-porous. Because this whole building has to be super food safe in order for us to be able to get the licensing to sell cheese. So this room right here is the cheese storage room. It's going to be very temperature controlled, hence why there's a big door there, and there's going to be a crazy good sealed door there. So yeah, this is really big, very large scale. And then this is the packaging and distribution room. And then let's see here. I feel like this is latex paint just from seeing it on the floor. And then the brine bath is over there. And then all of the other machinery and equipment will be in here. This is gonna be like a water system treatment control room, and the bulk tank where all of the milk is gonna go into is over here. So there's gonna be lines directly from the barn coming to here, so that's really handy. And yeah, that's kind of a little update on the cheese building. We're getting so close, guys. I still don't know any specifics on when we're gonna be operational yet, but apparently the cheese equipment is supposed to be coming in soon because we got it in shipping containers. So yeah, lots of stuff happening.